Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, man killed in Christiana, third murder in Manchester in 24 hours. A man was shot dead at a bar in Christiana, Manchester on Wednesday night, bringing to 3 the number of people killed in the parish in just 24 hours. Relatives identified the deceased as Romario White, 29, a carpenter and resident of Silent Hill in the parish. Police said about 7:50 p.m., White was inside a bar when a man walked in, pulled a firearm from his waist, and opened a fire. White was pronounced dead at the Percy Junior Hospital in Spalding. Councillor David Knight of the People's National Party, Waltherstone Division, expressed alarm at the spate of murders in Manchester. I am really concerned about the criminal activities, the shootings and the murders that are taking place in Manchester, he said. Very close to the Christiana police station, somebody went into a bar and just opened the fire, and it is seen that these criminals, they have no heart. They will go anywhere for you, and we are not safe. Now families are grieving for their loved ones, and so I am appealing to those who saw or know to tell the police what they know, added Knight, while pointing out that criminals must be brought to justice. We can't continue in this rampage. We can't continue to not be feeling safe anywhere that you go, he said. On Tuesday night, 2 men were killed at a bar in Bottom Albion, Manchester. Curfew imposed in Manchester following spate of killings. Police are reporting that a curfew has been imposed in Albion, Manchester, and the surrounding areas following Tuesday night's double murder. Kalu Stoltz, otherwise called Rasta, 29, a resident of Albion, and Henry Brown, otherwise called the Iceman, 42, a resident of Barnstable, were killed at a bar in Bottom Albion. A 27-year-old man was also shot and injured. Police theorize that the double murder was a reprisal for the August 12 murder of Brian Samuels in Top Albion. The curfew, which started at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, is expected to end at 6 p.m. on Friday. Police said the coordinates of the curfew include Fisher Road, the Carteret Road, Midday, Newlands, Hillside, and Albion. Bus head slapped with robbery and wounding charges. Detectives attached to the Clarendon Policing Division have charged a 33-year-old man with a robbery with aggravation and wounding with intent following an attack on a man, during which he allegedly stole a smartphone and $7,000. Charged is Kemar Street, otherwise known as a bus head, a labourer of Denby Crescent in May Pen. Reports indicate that on April 30, 2024, Street approached a man fetching water at a catchment in the community. Street allegedly pulled a knife from his waistband and demanded that the man hand over his valuables. When the man refused, Street reportedly kicked him several times, causing him to fall. He then allegedly took the cash and the smartphone, valued at $11,000, from the man's pocket before leaving the scene. The incident was reported to the police, who launched an investigation. Street, who had already been detained for previous infractions, was placed on an identification parade. He was pointed out by the complainant and subsequently charged. A court date for Street is being finalized. JDF loses 2 young soldiers in August. Headley Graham, a 21-year-old private in the Jamaica Defence Force, tragically passed away on August 6, leaving his family and the community in shock. Graham, who was a member of the Corps of Military Police, died at the University Hospital of the West Indies following a brief illness. The JDF confirmed Graham's death in a Facebook post, expressing condolences and support for his family. The JDF extends its deepest sympathies to the family, friends, and loved ones of Private Graham and stands ready to offer the support needed by his family during this time of grief. We will remember him. Graham's death is one of 2 recent tragedies to strike the JDF. On August 23, Private E.J. Domville, 20, was reportedly shot in the face during an alleged shootout with armed thugs in Denham Town, Kingston. His death is now the subject of a police investigation. Meanwhile, the JDF has not provided any information regarding the circumstances leading to Graham's death. The family is still awaiting the results of an autopsy to determine the cause. Graham's death has left his loved ones devastated, with his passing impacting both his family and the wider community where he was known for his caring nature. His mother, Sherda Williams, initially shared her feelings with the news about the emotional impact of losing her son. However, she later requested that her comments not to be published. St. James's Most Wanted Geo charged. The man who was listed as the St. James Police's most wanted fugitive has been charged. Joseph Mackenzie, otherwise called Geo, has been charged with murder and possession of a prohibited weapon. He is scheduled to face a series of identification parades for several murders and shootings committed in St. James. Mackenzie, who was being sought for multiple murders, including a triple murder, was captured 2 weeks ago along the Harvey Beach in the Coral Gardens area during a police operation. Investigators alleged that he was aligned to a gang in the community of Flanker involved in contract-style killings. Jamaican to be deported after serving time in Antigua for gun crimes. A 28-year-old Jamaican national is to be deported after he completes his near 2-year jail term in Antigua for the possession of a firearm and ammunition. The court upheld an application from the Immigration Department for Ricardo Mackenzie to be deported after he pleaded guilty to the charges last month. The Immigration Department petitioned the court to have Mr. Mackenzie deported on the completion of his prison term, which was agreed. CPFSA urges students to end bullying. The Child Protection and the Family Services Agency is urging students across Jamaica to put an end to bullying. The CPFSA, through this call, is emphasizing the importance of safety, unity, and mutual respect among students. CEO of the agency, Laurent Adams Thomas, said the scourge of bullying is a grave issue that impacts the well-being of too many children.
Whether it is physical, emotional, psychological, bullying can leave very deep scars. This school year, we are asking every student to stand up against bullying and to protect their peers. No child should have to endure the pain of bullying. And it's not just the victims who suffer. Those who bully others are also at risk of long-term negative effects, including social isolation and even increased aggression. It's time to break this cycle and to create a safer, more supportive school environment for everyone.
Sections of Grange Hill in West Marland under curfew. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of the West Marland Police Division. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September 4, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Friday, September 6. The boundaries of the curfew are north 3.03 km along an imaginary line from Peggy Barry Primary School to the quarry in the Kings Valley community, east 4.35 km along an imaginary line from the Kings Valley community to the pump house at Bulls Road, south 3.67 km south along an imaginary line from the pump house at the Bulls Road to the Kane interval within Fuller's Field community, west 5.22 km along an imaginary line from the Kane interval within the Fuller's Field community to Peggy Barry Primary School. During the hours of the curfew, all persons are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.